My name is Forrest Frazier. Work for a little place called Publicis Sapient. You guys may have heard of it, little shop. And I want to talk a little bit about money and clients. So it's going to be slightly different than what you've heard before. Basically, what has happened is we were engaged by our client to do a little experiment. And it was a 10-week experiment. And I'm going to tell you a little bit how that has transformed us into more than 3 years of work with this client. So the ask, we had a relationship with a Fortune 100 company. They're an insurance company, and they wanted to hire a team to create something for them. They didn't know what it was, but they wanted to play in the field of telematics. And they were willing to go into this experiment with no expectations and just paying for people's cost, just paying for bodies, and saying, what can we get out of this in 10 weeks? What can we do? And so that's exactly what we did. We did an intensive multi-day workshop, and we agreed upon building a React Native application, mobile app, with those guys. And it would be tracking users' driving habits in order to give them a discount on their insurance. So you drive well, you save money. You drive poorly, not so much. And the application needs to capture what they do, the time that they do it, the place that they do it, and it has to send back data to the user of how they're doing, how to improve their score, and in what manner can they, the user, actually save money. So we're a team of front-end developers who had never really done an app before. I mean, we'd all played around with different programs, but nothing completely app-based. The company I work for has a mobile center of excellence in Atlanta, Georgia, and all those guys are hardcore native developers. We, on the other hand, were front-end. So we had 4 of us and decided we were going to build this in React Native. We were also going to create a design library. So we decided that we would throw out traditional wireframes in favor of lean UX. We'd use atomic design and create our own component-based system. So let's see. Our team was able to build up the atomic library pretty quickly, and we had the building blocks that we need for success. Because you guys are all interested in React, you know that the community here in React is thriving, and which is one reason that we decided to go with React Native. We were able to leverage some really great products that are available to all of us, like Redux and Maps and GA and Crashlytics, which made our life as front-end devs a lot easier. And the community was very helpful when we had problems, and in turn, we've been able to give back a lot in the work that we do and providing answers for others as they go along similar journeys. Now, it's not all unicorns and rainbows. We had problems. Like any other team, we experienced a series of issues. We started our project before React Native had its first birthday, so it was in its infancy. And there were not as many resources available as there are today. There were no conferences to go to. There was not a lot of documentation out there. It was kind of bare bones. And so we grew up, our team grew up as React Native grew up. And because we were front-end developers, there were certain things that we were not particularly knowledgeable about. Integrating third-party SDKs into a native application and certain finicky things about build processes. So we took a leap of faith, and the client decided to go with us on this as well, on this journey. And they decided, knowing full well that if we didn't succeed, the 10-week investment that they put in a team of 12 people, so 4 developers and art directors, UX, business analysts, QA, everybody, they knew that it was all going to be trash if we weren't able to succeed. They had poor experiences in the past with products like PhoneGap and Titanium, and they didn't want their app to feel like a web app. They wanted it to feel and act like a native app. So fast forward 10 weeks, time is up. How do we do with our experience? Well, they were first of all blown away that we had a mobile app up and running with a Hello World and a design system based within 1 week. We were on 1 week sprints, so we were able to demo to them on an ongoing 10-week process of how we were going along. But more than that, at week 10, we had a fully workable product for the client. Prototypes, both iOS and Android, using only 4 front-end devs. And when we did a retrospective and we ran how much this was going to cost using 2 Android devs and 2 iOS devs, you can see the time period would have been extended greatly. And one of the things that the client was really psyched about was that they saved almost pretty much $250,000 with us over 10 weeks. So after that 10 weeks, they decided they were going to stick with us and see what else we could do. So what happened next is our client really was psyched about using React Native and about our design library and realized that they could leverage the work that we have done for multiple apps. So we've been able to spin up currently five different apps using the same code base for different apps that are similar in nature but do different things. So some people get charged based on how many miles they drive, whereas other people get charged based on the quality of their driving. So if you guys are interested in hearing any more, and if I didn't bore you to tears, then come find me, and I'm happy to talk to you about more how React Native really saved our bacon and made a lot of money. So thank you.